Anne Marie, you're up next. So your recruiting and management career spans over 25 years, and you've been recruiting exclusively within the mortgage industry since 2006. You've also had a unique experience in being an internal production headhunter for national companies. The question I have for you is this, is there a secret formula for matching the right talent with the right opportunity? And if there is, what is it?
I was really thinking about this a lot. What is my secret? And I really don't have a secret. Okay. I really don't. The number one thing for me is that I have to believe in the leadership team in the company that I work for. And it's that passion. I need to believe in them because I am not matching people to a job. I'm matching people to culture and to leadership and to a platform. And I've always, I've recruited for many years, and like I said, in the industry since 2006. And to me, it's building a relationship. You need to get to know that candidate. Number one, you need to know the people that you're recruiting to.
Right.
You need to know their passion. I support, an amazing divisional. I support 2 great regionals. I have 23 branch managers that I support. They're all great, but they're all different. They all have a different environment in their branch. Like, Allie shared the story of her branch. I love working with Allie, and I bring people to her branch because she's a passionate leader who cares about her people. And that's important to me. But I also have branches where it's a little more casual. You don't need to feel that pressure. It's, different environments. So to me, I just truly match talent with where they belong. And the only way that you can match talent is you got to get to know those people.
Sure.
So I ask questions. I don't call and say, number one, I know ahead of time because I can pull those numbers, but I don't call and say, well, what are you closing? Or anything like that. I ask them, what's important to you? Thanks for responding to my call, my text, however I've reached out. But I ask them what's important to them first. And the other thing, and Rosemary David was here earlier today, and I actually learned how to mortgage recruit from Rosemary.
Yeah, you said that. That's awesome.
My first position in the industry was with First Horizon, working for Rosemary and Kurt Alteague, and I learned from 2 of the best. And Rosemary told me at that time, she said, recruiting takes time. It can take you 5 years, 8 years, 10 years to get a candidate that you truly want. And that stuck with me. And, I've been doing it for 14 years now, but I love what I do. And, I've worked with some great companies. I worked with a headhunting firm for 7 years, and I knew that I wanted to be at Caliber. Wow. Approached Brady about 2.5 years ago, and I said, I've been recruiting for you externally. I want to work for you. He said, I want you to work for me. And, I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be now.
That's amazing.
But I love sitting in this room right now and listening to this other talent. And, I consider Kelsey a friend, and, I've known, both Tanya and Allie for a long time, and it's an honor to meet you here. But, yeah, it's no secret. It's just not. You got to do the right thing. You got to be honest. I think the other thing with recruiting is that for me, if Caliber is not the right fit, well, maybe New American's the right fit. Maybe Homebridge is the right fit. And I think it's doing the right thing where you actually make that introduction.
I like that.
And I do that. I do that with people. I've referred to one of your managers before that I love. I won't say his name, but he's one of my favorite people. And yeah, I've sent people to him. So I think it is doing the right thing and taking care of people and all of that.
100%. I've only known you for a short while, but you're definitely passionate, and I'd say that you're an incredible connector. We connected through social media, and then we had a conversation, a wonderful conversation. I knew that me and you would be friends from the moment that we jumped on the phone. But the thing that you did right out of the gate was, you said, Jeremy, love your show. Show's great, but you need some powerful women on the show. So honestly, she deserves the credit for this whole thing coming together. And I said, yeah, you know what? I do have a few people in mind. And immediately what came to mind was Tanya and Kelsey. And then you mentioned Rosemary and Allie. And so I would say that's your secret, is that you fill people out, you have a sense of their personality, you have a sense of what they're looking to accomplish in their career, in their business, and in life in general, and then you're able to quickly make those connections. And you weren't pushy about it. You were just like, I think you should reach out to these people. And it wound up being a great connection. So if there's anything, I would say that you have a real understanding of people, and you take the time to understand the opportunity, and it just works.
I love it, and I'll do my plug here. I think we all need to get active in our industry. I think, as I shared with you, I'm a past president, I'm the PAC co-chair, very involved with the Washington Mortgage Bankers Association, as are all of these ladies. And we need to take action, and we need to get involved. And that's another passion of mine, is that we need to support our industry, and our industry needs more women as leadership rising up the board and those types of things. So that's my other big passion, is that we support our industry, and I want more women on that board, and I've been pushing it. So
there you go. Questions, anyone?
I have to say that the first time I ever met you, I've always looked up to you. So thank you so much. And it never struck me as different until you said to me one day when I invited you over for, we were having it was just a wine and cheese kind of a night at my house. And you're like, I didn't know that you wanted me to meet your friends. I'm like, you are my friend. And it was just so cute, because I always looked up to you, and I was like, but you're my friend. Right? I look up to you.
See, and I always looked at Kelsey as this very glamorous, very, very amazing, very warm person, but so glamorous. And I go to this get together at her house, and I'm looking around, and there are no other mortgage people there.
No?
None. And I remember I got home that night, and I said to my daughter, wow, I really felt honored to be part of in Kelsey's home. Yeah. I mean, that's
wonderful. But that's because of who you are.
Yeah.
And you're a connector with so many people, but you do everything from your heart.
Yep.
And because you do that, I think you just attract good people around you.
I have to agree with that.
Yes. And you are glamorous too.
Oh. Well, everyone here and everyone watching might want to actually sneak up on me at home when I've got my paint sweats on that my husband so desperately wants to burn.
I just wanted to make one comment about what you were saying, is that for some of us, we've been in the industry for 20, 21 years. Right. And the lesson for those that are new is that you will come across a lot of people in your career, and you'll meet many people in the company that you're at right now. And yet in the mortgage industry and the real estate industry, there's a lot of transition. Mm-hmm. People, typically will move companies in a 20-year span a few times, including leaders. You might go into different industries. I was in real estate and mortgage. You might be at different companies. And so by being somebody that has a reputation, mm-hmm. and that's really important, that you uphold the reputation and the person that you are, no matter where you're going. Because if you're somebody that can't do that, you're not going to last.
No. And I think the other key to recruiting, and I know that you recruit this way too, so I can say this, I will never talk negatively about another mortgage company, ever. And I recently lost a candidate, one of my regionals, and I did. It was between us and another company. And she said to me, I need you to tell me the negative about that company. And I said, I'm not going to do that. That's not ethical, and I'm not going to do it. Scott and I have shared with you why we want you to join us, all the great things about Caliber. She says, well, they've told me a lot of things about you guys that's not great. And I said, I'm not going to tell you negative things. She did go to that company.
Nobody knows what goes on behind closed doors. No. So that is a good way to do business, because unless you've been there working behind the scenes, you're really just saying things and trying to recruit people by detracting them from something else, as opposed to attracting them to what you have.
There you go.
Right.
And it's not always going to be a great fit. It's not.
It's
And
not.
what would you advise for a new and up and coming loan officer when there's some companies, some mortgage companies that recruit with not necessarily saying all the truth, and they promise, they over promise, and they don't deliver? How can these loan officers? What advice would you have for them?
Oh gosh.
Get it in writing.
Yeah. Yeah, they that is true. They definitely need to get it in writing. But I think a great thing for somebody to do when if they don't know a great deal about a company, is to actually call loan officers that work for that company. Don't ask the recruiter or don't ask the manager that's recruiting you, but just pull up their website and start calling. Call 2 or 3 different loan officers at that company and just ask, can you tell me what it's like working there?
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Well, this has been absolutely amazing. This is everything I thought it would be. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you.
It's Friday night. You guys can be
It's been
doing
an
other
honor.
things.
This has
Thank you.
been incredible.
Awesome.
And what an amazing listing.
Yeah, incredible listing.
I was going to say thanks to Melissa.
Thanks, Melissa.
Yeah, she's actually right over there. This place is
crystal
amazing.
chandeliers.
Yeah, there's 21 chandeliers in this place, 5 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms, 21 chandeliers, if I haven't said that.
Staircases.
Yeah, marble floors galore.
Yeah, how much marble? That's
Yeah.
that was my
Yeah.
first response. Like
Right.
the entrance is marble, the floors are marble, like there's marble everywhere. How much marble was used
Yeah.
to build this house?
It's incredible.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah. More parties need to be in this house. Like, this is like just the beginning. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure to pop back and see us next week. Thank you.